Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. 1923 Season 2 Episode 1 Ending Explained. Winter has come for the Duttons. It's a fight to get back home to Montana for Spencer Dutton, Brandon Sklenar, if the Duttons can survive the winter in 1923 Season 2's premiere, The Killing Season. Taylor Sheridan's early 20th century Yellowstone prequel wrapped up 1923 Season 1 with Spencer and his bride, Alexandra Julia Schlatfer, forcibly separated after Spencer accidentally killed Alex's former fiancé, Arthur Rafesole, the heir to the Earl of Sussex, Bruce Davison. At the Yellowstone Ranch, 1923 Season 1 ended with Donald Whitfield, Timothy Dalton, taking financial control of the Duttons' land by paying off taxes owed by Jacob Dutton Harrison Ford. Meanwhile, Whitfield's men called the authorities on Jake's wagon boss, Zane Davis, Brian Girardi, who has a mixed-race family. Zane was severely beaten while his wife and children were taken into custody. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Strafford, Michelle Randolph, tragically lost her baby with her husband, Jack Dutton Darren Mann. 1923 Season 2's premiere, The Killing Season, picks up months later during a brutal winter season gripping Montana. Although the weather isn't severe for Tiana Rainwater, Emina Neves, who is a fugitive being pursued by Father Renaud, Sebastian Rock, and Marshall Kent, Jamie McShane, her life is also in danger as she flees south to hide among other Native people. Here's how 1923 Season 2 opener sets up the second and final season of the Yellowstone prequel. Spencer Dutton is desperate to make it home to Montana and fight for his family. The big game lion hunter is now aboard an Italian freighter headed to Galveston, Texas, but Spencer can't stay out of trouble. Working in the ship's boiler room, Spencer befriended Luca Andy Dispenza, an Italian youth Dutton learned was being raped during the night. Spencer saved Luca twice, first from his rapist, and then when Luca tried to throw himself overboard. The ambitious Luca, whose cousin in Galveston is a mafia don, conjured a scheme to take advantage of the destitute Spencer's fighting prowess. Luca set up fights for Spencer and other crewmen, with Dutton emerging victorious and raking in $420 in spoils, about $7,000 in modern currency, enough to buy passage to Montana minus Luca's fee. It's also possible Spencer could bring Luca with him to the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch, since his young Italian friend wants to see lions, which prowl the mountains of Montana. After her forced separation from Spencer, Alexandra is essentially under house arrest in Sussex, England. When she is visited by her stalwart friend, Jennifer Jo Ellen Pellman, Alex confesses that she's pregnant with Spencer's baby. This adds to Alexandra's desperation to join Spencer in Montana before she is unable to travel. Jennifer proves her friendship when she agrees to sell precious family jewelry for Alexandra so that she can afford passage to America. Alex decides to travel second class, but Jennifer's earnings can only afford her the thieves and beggars class aboard a Cunard ocean liner heading to New York. But Alex is on her way to reuniting with Spencer at last, although her journey across the Atlantic surely won't be without hardship. Tiana Rainwater is in a better place considering the brutal conditions of the Catholic boarding school she fled. Tiana, her guardian, Hank Plenty Clouds, Michael Grays, and her love interest, Pete Plenty Clouds, Jeremy Ghana, thought they went to Oklahoma, and they are surprised to learn they are in Texas. Pete also encounters a friendly cowboy before he and Tiana finally consummate their attraction to each other. Meanwhile, Marshall Kent, Father Roch, and Marshall Thomas, Ross Crane, carve a path of destruction as they hunt Tiana. The cruel and bigoted Kent murders a young native boy when they question a tribe about Tiana. Right now, Tiana, Hank, and Pete seem far enough away from Kent and Rocky to be temporarily safe, but this is temporary and fleeting. Despite a blizzard on the horizon, Jacob and Jack Dutton leave Kara and Elizabeth behind at the Yellowstone Ranch to go to Bozeman for Zane's hearing. Jake and Kara discuss what a convenience it must be to have a telephone in the lodge so that Jake can call to alleviate her worries. However, in Bozeman, Jake gets bad news from Sheriff McDowell, Robert Patrick, when they meet at a speakeasy. Sheriff McDowell tells Jake that Zane is hospitalized while his wife, Alice, Joy Osmanaki, has been imprisoned and his children remanded to state custody for violating Montana's anti-miscegenation laws. McDowell also urges Jake to pay his taxes owed to get back control of his land from Donald Whitfield. Both men lament that Whitfield is systematically taking Jake's pieces off the chessboard. In the highly anticipated premiere of 1923 Season 2, titled The Killing Season, the Dutton family faces a series of escalating challenges that threaten their legacy and survival. Set against the harsh backdrop of a Montana winter, the episode intricately weaves multiple storylines, each highlighting the resilience and determination of the Duttons and their allies. Jacob Dutton's struggle for the ranch. Jacob Dutton, Harrison Ford, is confronted with the dire financial predicament orchestrated by the cunning businessman Donald Whitfield, Timothy Dalton. Whitfield's strategic payment of the ranch's taxes has placed the Duttons in a precarious position, as failure to repay would result in the loss of their ancestral land. To mitigate this, Jacob makes the difficult decision to sell a significant portion of their cattle, retaining only a few bulls and heifers to sustain future operations. This move underscores the gravity of their situation and Jacob's commitment to preserving the ranch for future generations. The episode also delves into the legal turmoil faced by Zane Davis, Brian Girardi, the ranch's loyal foreman. Arrested for his interracial marriage to Alice, Joy Osmanaki, under Montana's anti-miscegenation laws, Zane endures brutal treatment while his family is torn apart. Sheriff McDowell, Robert Patrick, informs Jacob of the severity of Zane's situation, emphasizing the systemic challenges they face. This subplot highlights the pervasive racial prejudices of the era and adds another layer of complexity to the Dutton struggles. Kara Dutton, the matriarch's resolve. Kara Dutton, Helen Mirren, emerges as the family's steadfast anchor amidst the encroaching chaos. Her poignant letters to her nephew, Spencer, reflect the emotional toll of their hardships and her unwavering hope for his return. Kara's encounter with a mountain lion at the family's doorstep serves as a pun metaphor for the external threats looming over the Duttons. Her decisive action in eliminating the predator not only protects her family, but also symbolizes her readiness to confront and overcome the challenges they face. Spencer and Alexandra's parallel journeys. Separated by continents, Spencer Dutton, Brandon Sklenar, and his wife, Alexandra, Julia Schlepfer, embark on arduous journeys fueled by their determination to reunite. Aboard an Italian freighter bound for Galveston, Texas, Spencer forms an alliance with Luca Andy Dispenza, a fellow crew member facing his own adversities. Their camaraderie leads to organized fights that provide Spencer with the necessary funds to continue his journey home. This subplot not only showcases Spencer's resilience, but also introduces themes of solidarity and survival against the odds. Meanwhile, Alexandra, confined in Sussex, England, reveals her pregnancy to her confidant, Jennifer Jo Ellen Pellman. Determined to reunite with Spencer, Alexandra defies societal expectations and secures passage to America under challenging circumstances. Her journey underscores her courage and the depth of her commitment to her family, highlighting the personal sacrifices made in the face of adversity. Tiana Rainwater's flight for freedom. Tiana Rainwater, Amina Neves, continues her perilous escape from the oppressive confines of a Catholic boarding school. Accompanied by Hank Plenty Clouds, Michael Grays, and Pete Plenty Clouds, Jeremy Ghana, Tiana's journey is fraught with danger as they navigate hostile territories. Their path leads them to Texas, where they seek refuge among sympathetic communities. However, the relentless pursuit by Father Renaud, Sebastian Roche, and Marshall Kent Jamie McShane, casts a shadow over their quest for freedom, highlighting the systemic injustices faced by Indigenous peoples during this era. Donald Whitfield's malevolent influence. Donald Whitfield's machinations extend beyond financial manipulation. His sadistic tendencies are revealed through his interactions with those under his control, painting a portrait of a man whose cruelty knows no bounds. Whitfield's alliance with Banner Creighton, Jerome Flynn, further complicates the Duttons' plight, as Banner's ambitions make him a willing accomplice in Whitfield's schemes. This partnership amplifies the external pressures on the Dutton family, setting the stage for intensified conflicts in the episodes to come.